Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. So today is part 3 of the quarantine detailing. For those that are new to the channel, my name's Lloydie and we've been working on the Fiesta ST150 in the last 2 videos, and I'll put a link for these up here or up here somewhere. I can never remember where it is. So in the first video what I've done was take the wheels off and cleaned out all the wheel arches, which everyone seems to be doing at the moment. And last video, which I did about a week ago or about a week and a half ago, was to deep clean the interior. Now I did say on that video that if I get 5 likes I will change the interior. In actual fact, what I'll do now is I'll take you outside and I'll show you the new seats that we've got for the car. Right, so I'm actually filming late at night and you can see, look, where I haven't driven the car, look how bad that is. It's literally peppered. Look at that paintwork. That is rough. The whole car is like that. It's never been cleaned, I don't think. So let me show you inside. You can see there I've got myself some leather ST seats, but I'm not going to lie, these are actually, I swapped these out for the blue ones that I've got on the car, and it's actually from the guy who sold me this car originally. He had the leather seats, so he's going to find a new set for me and we're going to put these back in his car, but he sort of said I need the blue ones, so he's going to keep the blue ones for the time being. I'm going to use the leathers for the time being until he sources a new set. I think it looks wicked. But just to show you on the outside, obviously where I've not driven it, literally it is just marked up everywhere. So because it's getting late, I'm not going to polish it. I need to get that dent out there, but I'm not going to polish it all today. I'm going to do it over the next couple of days. Today is just going to be showing you the steps that I'll do to sort of machine polish a car. So the first stage will be to rinse all this off and then sort of get the clay on there, get the iron out, get the tar remover, get everything on there just to get rid of all the contaminants. I am actually going to tackle these a bit better as well, so I'm going to get some wet sanding done on these. But it's just peppered. As you can see here, look, where I live, all these trees, must be about 300 birds that fly in there every day, I reckon. So as they fly in, they fly and they poo all over this. Right, so very quickly, thank you to all the new subscribers. If you are new to the channel, please do me a favour and hit that subscribe button down below. Hit the bell notification as well, and then you'll get notified of any new videos that I do on the car. Right, so as time's running out for me at the minute, what I'm going to do is on day 1, what's the time now? Time is 10 to 8, so basically what I want to do is give the car a good rinse down, clean it, try and get some tar remover on there, try and get the iron out on there as well, and sort of prepare the car really for tomorrow morning. And then what I'll do tomorrow morning is clay the car and then get the machine polishing done. So it'll be done over a couple of days, so you should see a change of clothes as well, or maybe not because I don't really care. But if it's sunny tomorrow then I won't be wearing this. Just as a quick side note, this is not a how-to, but this is how I would polish a car. Now one thing I need to make clear, I'm not doing this so it's going to be absolutely swirl free and scratch free. If there's stuff that I can get out fairly easy, obviously I'm going to do, and if there's any sort of naughty scratches that are on the car, I will be getting those out as best as I can, but I'm not going for like a mint finish. I just want to get the car to a much better standard. Anyway, bore me later. I've talked enough about the new seats. Oh, and I've also got new carpet as well coming. So I did say 5 likes, get new seats, new carpet. New seats are in as I just showed you, and the new carpet should be coming with the new seats once I give them back, but the carpet and the seats come as part of the deal.
Should know better, 'cause you always do this to me. But you start to play. Hated this belief, but I don't know. And I promise myself it would never happen again.
Right, so I've just noticed when I was washing it that you can actually see the difference here, look. So this is the paintwork and this is where the old stripes used to be on the car. So they end here, you've got your gap, and then all the way to here. So you can see the difference underneath. It's all spider webbed up. It's also got some stress cracks in it. Well, hoping we should be able to polish this to this sort of colour. This is actually quite a brown sort of colour, which is minging. I do have some footage of the roof. I don't think you'll see it here. If not, if I can find the footage, I'll insert it. But you can actually see where the stripes were running down the roof as well. But it's not as bad as that. I've never actually noticed that before. You can actually see a definite area. Right, let's crack on. Right, so as you can see, in 45 minutes you can get quite a lot done. I'm not going to carry on now because obviously it's 25 to 9, it's quite late, and I'm probably going to do the rest tomorrow. Right, so for me, I'll see you tomorrow, but for you, I'll see you in a sec. Right, so welcome back to day 2. Today we're going to be doing the clay on the car because I couldn't be bothered to do that last night because it takes quite a long time, and machine polishing. So I'll take you outside now and I'll show you what paint is like when it's been clayed. I don't think this car's ever been clayed in its lifetime, so it should give pretty good results. Right, so this is the efforts after last night's wash. So it's all been decontaminated, and you can hear it sounds quite rough. So what I'm going to do is I'll clay sort of half of this bonnet and I'll see what difference it makes. The only bad thing is with a white car it probably won't show up that well because white cars tend to hide all the swirl marks quite well, which is a good thing. We'll give it a go and see how it comes out. So basically what I do is I leave the clay in warm water for about 5 minutes and then make it into a big size like this. So it's just enough to fit in the palm of your hand. I've seen a lot of people that sort of clay their cars and they're like this tiny little bit and it's doing this to the car, but if you sort of make it big enough like that, flatten it out so you've got a good solid bit of clay. It doesn't have to be too big, it's enough to fit in the palm of your hand like that, and it just makes life so much easier when doing the car. Right, this is the boring bit anyway, so I'm going to time lapse it and then we'll show you the difference. You can see like there's sort of a browning staining to that, and then obviously that's a fresh side. So you've got the fresh clay, you've got that brown in there, so it doesn't really make much difference to this. It's just that you can feel that is a lot smoother now. And it's not, I'll see if the camera will pick it up. This is the clayed side here. Right, so I've got my little helper with me, Rocky. He's a good boy. And your mate, he's a good boy. So he's going to help me do some polishing and cleaning up this mess. But you should hopefully be able to pick out that this is where the old sticker was. And then when you get to sort of here, there's like a definite line. I don't know if our camera's going to make it out. But you can see there. So this is where the ST strips used to be. So I'm hoping I can polish between here and then obviously the rest of the bumper. So I've actually got 2 polishers. I've got the Auto Finesse one that I bought recently, and then I've had this one, the Kestrel. I've had this for 8 years maybe. And then all I'm using is orange pads and Maguire's Ultra Cut Compound. So I'm going to crack on with that and we'll see how that comes out. Right, so I don't know if you can see, I mean I can see it from here, when you sort of go along the paintwork, it is still, so the marks, I can just see the lines about here, I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but thankfully that's now gone. Obviously the paintwork's not in the best condition and I'm not going for full correction here, but I'm well pleased with that, just to get them marks out. It's now made that bumper sort of a lot shiny. You can see there, I mean I think that's where it's actually cracked there, so the line is there and you can kind of see it run along here. And it was here. So I mean that has come out much better. I'm not going to do the whole car with the Maguire's 205 because it's a really heavy, sorry 105 because it's a really heavy compound. And what I want to do is go over any bad bits I'm going to do on the roof. Obviously that had the ST badges, and I'll probably do the bonnet with it as well because that would have had the badges. Sorry, the pinstripes. But yeah, I'm well chuffed with that. So I'm going to film bits and pieces as and when I do them. But the rest of the car's just going to get a polish with Auto Finesse Triple, and that should bring the car back to some sort of life. Right, so just a little trick for door handles. The groove behind the door handle, if you can't get to it with a machine polisher by taking this off, which is loose, but I'll sort that out. What you can do, get a small little pad like that, load it up with some polish, and then basically just do it all by hand. I mean, it will take obviously a bit longer than a machine, but however, you will get half a decent finish. I don't know if, again, I can't tell if this camera's picking up the marks, but there are loads of scratches in there. Hopefully it's picking it up, and I'll come back to you in a sec once I've done it. Right, so after about 5 minutes, I mean, I can sit here, it's night and day. It's ridiculous, like how much cleaner that is. And also what I do is I pull the handle out and clean this little bit here as well. A bit anal, I know, but whatever. Yeah, you can kind of see there, hopefully, that that's got rid of them sort of, I think it's like where people wear wedding rings and stuff, or their keys, they just don't care and they just scratch it all up. But now that is looking a lot better. So also while I'm here as well, what I do is I've polished all in the door shuts, all up there, just to sort of give it a clean up, and these sort of side bits here never get cleaned that well. So basically if you open up the door, you can sort of get to these bits here, all down here. So I'm not going to go to town with it, but just make it look a little bit neater. So I'll show you that when that's done. And voila, obviously a bit dirty under here, but I'm not too bothered. But all of this sort of what's on display when you open up the door, I know it's a bit anal, but to me it just looks so much nicer. If you're doing it outside, you might as well sort of finish the inside off and make it look sort of half decent. Is it 100%? No. Do I care? No. But it looks a million times better, so happy days. Right, lovely light for filming. The car is now done. Now, I don't think it's going to pick it up on camera. I mean, you can hear how smooth the paint is. I can see a massive difference in the car. I've done this headlight as well, just to see how that would come out. And that's the one that's not been done. All the yellow in there. But yeah, so that one's come out alright, but I want to do it later because it's far too hot for me today to be doing all this. I shouldn't really be polishing and waxing the car anyway in this weather, but whatever, it needed it. So I don't know if it's going to pick it up, but the paint is just so much more clarity to it. It's not swell free, there's still quite a few swells in there, but what I've done is got rid of most of the big scratches and all the little scratches, and then just sort of, you know, all these ones that were really bad in here and around here, nothing was really sort of cleaned. I've just got all of that cleaned and looking good. So obviously now with the wheels being done, the paintwork being done, the only problem is that I've managed to do that because it was sort of flaking away here, and I caught it with microfiber, so I need to touch that up. It needs a paint really, but it's not that sort of car, so I don't care. I haven't waxed it yet, I need to wax it to protect it. I'm going to do that later once the sun goes in. But I think you can say now that has come out really well. And obviously here is where the ST stripe was along here, and you can't actually see it anymore, and it's brought out the clarity of the paint a lot better. I don't know if it shows on camera, hopefully it does, but if not, just take my word for it. It's looking nice and shiny. Right, so I've come back outside to finish off waxing the car, and then I thought what I'd do is give this a polish up, but I don't think that's sitting in the right place. If you look at that, it should be sitting over here more, but obviously that's something I'll worry about in a future video. So for now, I've got some Auto Finesse Mercury metal polish. That, one of these, microfiber cloth, give that a little bit of a clean up. It has come up a lot shinier, as you can see, but looks like it's had a dent there. It's sort of come up clean, not brilliant, but look, never really noticed that before. That should be way over there. So say I look at changing, look at the shape of that, I've never noticed that. Yeah, so that's rubbish and that's there, so I'm not really sure what's going on there. Looks like it's in the hanger, can't tell. Yeah, looks like it's in the hanger. Maybe I'll look at getting that replaced at some point. Well, actually, I will look at getting that replaced at some point. But yeah, that's looking a bit poo at the minute, but a lot shinier. It's another late finish this evening. It's about 8 o'clock, but the car's now finally waxed. So you saw it was like polished. Obviously wax doesn't really bring much of a shine to it, but what it does do is protect it from the elements. So I am over the moon with this. The only thing I don't like, obviously, pointed out a number of times, is the bonnet, all these cracks here. So I'll polish this up as best I can, but all of these cracks all here, I'm going to look at getting this painted. So I'll probably get this painted, get these gloss again. These gloss again, they were originally gloss, but all the paint and stuff's coming off and flaking. This is gloss, so I'll probably get all that gloss and probably the rear diffuser as well. The only thing I need to sort out is that exhaust there, because that's a bit rubbish, but it looks nice and shiny for the minute. Yeah, looking alright. Right, so if you made it this far, thank you very much for watching. As you can see, the car's looking a million times better, in my opinion. Obviously, there's a few bits I'm not happy with, like I said in the video, the exhaust, the front bumper, and the paintwork in general is like, it's shot to pieces. But I'm not worried too much. I'm not going to get it painted. You know, the car that cost me pretty much nothing anyway. I think a respray is probably around about £2 grand, and the car's not even worth that, so it's really pointless me spending out the money. I'll just touch it all up myself with some paint sticks and make it look as neat as possible as I can. So yeah, the car's looking a million times better in my opinion. I'm not saying I'm running out of things to do necessarily for the car, because I think it's going to be an ongoing project, but the big things that I wanted to do to the car now have all been done. So I'm going to obviously buy some new bits and pieces. I've got some brakes. If you've not checked my Instagram, please do. It's in the link below, and you can sort of see all bits that I'm up to on the car as and when I do it. Right, anyway, thanks for watching the video. If you're not subscribed, please click up here, and if you want to watch the last video, click up here. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.